It all started quietly, almost imperceptibly. Fans noticed subtle shifts in Teyana Taylor's online presence. Her usual confident posts were fewer, more measured, almost restrained. Public appearances carried a weight that hadn't been there before. The change was small, almost unnoticeable to casual observers, but social media never misses a detail. Fans began whispering, speculating, connecting dots that might not even exist. The internet, as always, thrives on whispers, turning them into storms. And then the rumors arrived. Explosive, confusing, impossible to ignore. These were the kind of rumors that ignite curiosity, divide loyalties, and make every minor detail a potential headline. Soon, the names Iman Shumpert and Pierre were intertwined with Teyana's in conversations across Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. What had begun as subtle shifts now became a full-blown controversy. Fans had long admired Teyana for her artistry, her authenticity, her energy. She was a performer who poured passion into every movement, every note, every visual. She shared, but behind the curtain, life was more complicated. Rumors rarely arrive as clear-cut facts. They evolve, picking up speed from a single post, a cryptic caption, or an offhand comment in an interview. Social media amplified every perceived slight, every unexplained absence, until the storm was undeniable. Clips were shared, comments dissected, every silence interpreted as evidence. Perception quickly outweighed reality. Narrative momentum didn't need confirmation to be believed. It simply carried forward on its own. Then came the first hints of response. Teyana's followers noticed a change in engagement. Posts were fewer, captions more guarded. The energy fans relied on seemed absent. And in an age where every statement, reaction, and even emoji can be analyzed, silence itself became a declaration. People speculated. Was she angry, hurt, confused, or simply exhausted? By relentless scrutiny? Each interpretation added layers to the unfolding narrative, and the tension continued to build. The real turning point came when Iman Shumpert spoke. Known for being direct and unfiltered, his words immediately caught attention. In a recent interview, his tone was calm, yet carried a weight fans hadn't expected. He addressed Teyana, the rumors, and the swirling speculation with honesty and restraint, but even that small acknowledgement was enough to set the internet ablaze. Fans split instantly. Some praised him for transparency and courage. Others criticized him for saying too much or too little. The intensity of the moment was palpable, and the internet, as always, spread it like wildfire. Pierre's response soon followed, adding another layer of complexity. His words were interpreted in multiple ways. Some fans saw clarification, others saw contradiction. The contrast between Iman and Aaron heightened the drama. Every phrase, every inflection, every subtle nuance was dissected as potential evidence of hidden truths. Within hours, a quiet moment of speculation had transformed into a public spectacle. Social media, as it always does, transformed ambiguity into narrative. Fans became active participants, interpreting every word and gesture, shaping the story as it unfolded. Teyana's fan base reacted fiercely, defending her privacy, warning against misinformation, and emphasizing loyalty and empathy. Their digital energy collided with supporters of Iman and Aaron, creating a sprawling ecosystem where rumors, opinions, and interpretations intertwined and spiraled out of control. Behind the screens, the emotional impact on Teyana, Iman, and Aaron was significant, though largely invisible to the public. Fame, often perceived as glamorous and untouchable, carries a cost. Every move, expression, and perceived misstep is scrutinized, judged, and circulated widely. The mental and emotional weight of this attention is enormous. For Teyana, the rumors were not merely inconvenient, they were invasive, a strain on privacy, well-being, and control. For Iman and Aaron, speaking out was a delicate balance. Clarify too much and risk escalating drama. Say too little and face misinterpretation. Even the strongest find themselves navigating a maze where every step is magnified, every nuance dissected. As the story progressed, the internet erupted. Fans, commentators, and influencers debated, dissected, and amplified each moment. Tweets went viral. TikTok reaction videos gained millions of views. YouTube channels produced rapid-fire analyses. Every minor detail became fodder for speculation. The conversation was no longer about facts, it was about influence, perception, and Emotional investment. Each post, each story, each clip fueled the cycle, creating a spectacle difficult to slow. The fan reactions were starkly divided. Some defended Teyana's right to privacy, emphasizing empathy and restraint. Others scrutinized Iman and Aaron's statements as evidence, assigning meaning to every word and tone. Fan communities clashed, debating loyalty, morality, and accountability. This divergence highlighted a modern truth. Celebrity drama is no longer just about the individuals involved, it reflects the culture around fandom, collective judgment, and social media. The psychological toll became apparent. For Teyana, managing public perception while remaining authentic under intense scrutiny required constant emotional labor. For Iman and Aaron, every response carried risk. Too much could fuel speculation, too little could allow misinterpretation. The human reality behind viral content, stress, uncertainty, vulnerability remains largely invisible to the audience focused on drama. The ripple effect extended beyond the immediate circle. Other celebrities, media outlets, and influencers commented, creating secondary layers of speculation. The controversy became a cultural event, illustrating how private matters can escalate into public spectacle in the digital age. Every new comment, clip, or post contributed to a narrative that was part reality, part performance, and entirely shaped by collective interpretation. The intensity drew even more attention. With attention comes pressure on both the individuals involved and the audience trying to make sense of it. Amid the chaos, some fans began reflecting on broader implications. The fairness of scrutiny, the double standards applied to women and men, and the consequences of treating private moments as public entertainment. Gradually, the conversation shifted from speculation to reflection on empathy, media responsibility, and mental health. Despite the absence of clear resolution, the emotional narrative remained compelling. Teyana's guarded silence, Iman's statements, Aaron's perspective, and millions of reactions created a story that felt immediate, urgent, and deeply human. It was no longer just about the original rumors. It had become a lens through which audiences examined loyalty, vulnerability, perception, and judgment. The viral nature of the controversy highlighted the power of social media and the responsibility that comes with it. Instant visibility comes with human cost. Every reaction, repost, or comment shapes lives beyond the screen. As the story developed, subtle clarity emerged. Fans noticed patterns, consistency, and authenticity behind gestures and statements. The discussion evolved from shock to nuanced debate, allowing viewers to see beyond sensationalism, yet unresolved. Questions ensured continued engagement, as audiences simultaneously sought truth and emotional satisfaction. Ultimately, the controversy surrounding Teyana Taylor, Iman Shumpert, and Pierre illustrates the complex dynamics of modern celebrity. Culture, fame, vulnerability, and public scrutiny intersect in ways that are rarely straightforward. The human impact of viral rumors, fan interpretation, and social media amplification is immense. Navigating this landscape requires resilience, patience, and awareness of the power of perception. For fans, it serves as a reminder of the responsibility inherent in following, sharing, and reacting to content affecting real people's lives. As the dust settles, it becomes clear the story is as much about the audience as the celebrities. The internet doesn't just report, it shapes narratives, emotions, and drama. Teyana Taylor's story, amplified by Iman, Aaron, and millions of reactions, reveals the human cost of viral culture. It challenges audiences to consider empathy, judgment, and responsibility online. Even without a neat resolution, the impact endures, highlighting vulnerability, perception, and the complexities of public life. In a world where private emotions rarely stay private, this drama reflects how digital culture blurs reality and interpretation, leaving lasting consequences for those involved.